This Sunday marks 25 years since a commuter plane went down in Inslee, killing 13 people and injuring 4 people on the ground.
CBS 42 News reporter Art Franklin covered that plane crash 25 years ago. In his special report, Remembering L'Express Flight 508, Art talked to those who are forever linked to Alabama's worst air disaster.
Station 31, engine 30.
The grim scene of Alabama's deadliest commercial air disaster. Here in the smoldering wreckage of L'Express Flight 508, 13 people died on a stormy Wednesday, July 10th, 1991.
The plane was engulfed in flames. I won't say to relive it. But
Birmingham Battalion Chief Tyrone Fornes returned with me to the Inslee neighborhood where Flight 508 went down. It's much different now, but the images still linger for Fornes of the worst thing imaginable.
I saw the plane right here in the middle of the street, and of course, the passengers there that were burned and still holding the arms up.
Fornes was just a rookie firefighter assigned to manning a hose on that fateful day.
I'm on a nozzle, we're extinguishing hot spots and that type of thing. And of course, one of our officers said, "Look down, rookie," and I was actually standing on one of the victims, and so that was pretty hard to deal with.
When Flight 508 fell from the sky, it ended up right here where a house used to be at 2525 29th Place. It ripped the roof from the house. The plane lost a wing, hit the ground, and then skidded across the street, landing on the porch of that house right there, 2520 29th Place, and burst into flames, but not before throwing Mabry Rogers from the plane. He's the only passenger who survived.
Just to think that one passenger survived to be able to tell the story, of course, that definitely was with them.
NTSB records show Rogers, a Mountain Brook attorney, did tell his story to investigators. Rogers recalled how the plane entered a dark cloud and fell, spinning like a corkscrew.
I thought maybe lightning had hit the tree or something, but when I seen all the smoke after everything settled, it was a plane sitting on the house over across the street where that great car is.
Edward Tate still lives just a few houses away from the crash site. Tate told me neighbors couldn't get to the trapped passengers in time.
Other people tried to go there and get them people out that plane, but it was just too late. They were burning up. They burned alive.
But 2 neighbors did find the pilot, Francis Fernandez, alive inside one of the 2 homes the plane hit before coming to rest. Fernandez had head and chest injuries. 4 people in the damaged houses suffered minor injuries. One of them was 81-year-old Leon Warren. Tate spotted Warren after an explosion forced him away from the burning plane.
Because I had started across the street over to where the plane was, but when it exploded, I ran back over across the street. And then I looked where the empty light is. It was an old gentleman inside the house. He didn't know where that happened. He was just standing up in there with his pajamas on. And so I went over there and got him out the house and brought him down here.
The National Transportation Safety Board's final report blamed pilot Francis Fernandez for the crash. Investigators determined the probable cause of the accident was the decision of the captain to initiate and continue an instrument approach into a clearly identified thunderstorm activity. The cockpit voice recorder transcript shows at 6:05 p.m., Birmingham air traffic controllers warned Flight 508 of poor visibility with thunderstorm and rain showers. At 6:06, the pilot says, "Understand, 508, we'll try it." 4 minutes later, the tower checks in with Flight 508, asking, "How's the ride?" The pilot responds, "So far, it's good. A little bit of rain and pretty light." Seconds later, the pilot and co-pilot lose control of the plane. They are battling to maintain power. At 6:11 and 19 seconds on the recording, there's the sound of the landing gear warning horn. 8 seconds later, the recording ends. Flight 508 had crashed.
Picture of that is something I will never forget.
I spoke with the passenger who survived, Mabry Rogers. He planned to be a part of this special report and then decided he just didn't want to open up those emotional wounds. He did give me this large scrapbook of the plane crash someone at his law firm put together for him. It's a look back down a horrifying memory lane. Rogers' law firm represented some of those who sued L'Express Airlines. A jury awarded those injured on the ground more than $430,000. Back to you.
The financially strapped airline went out of business after the plane crash. Art Franklin there reporting.